Hello everyone, so excuse the hair. In short, I've had a very hectic couple of days, and I thought about not telling this story to you guys because, you always have the animal activists, PETA, and SPCA all up in your business when you mention anything about an animal or a dog, etc. So I'm sure that anyone looking at this title is like, oh my gosh, this dog needs to be saved, etc. And I understand why people are passionate about animals. I am too. But basically what happened was that I usually don't take care of the dog. It's not really it is my dog, but it's not really my dog. It's more the family dog, if you know what I mean, but it also is my dog. And the bottom line is my parents were in the airport, and my brother is gone, and I was alone, and my dog, family dog, I don't know, the dog is an older senior dog, and so she's on a lot of medications. She's on arthritis medications and anti-inflammatory medications. So I bet y'all wondering, how could I have possibly killed our dog? Well, what happened was that my mom, this actually happened right after I filmed a Roblox Bed Wars video, and it just happened last night. So my mom has a pill case that looks very similar to my dog's pill case, and I don't usually feed the dog its pills, but this time, because everyone was gone, I decided to feed its pills. And what I didn't know is my mom already fed the dog's nighttime pills, so I called my mom and I said, hey mom, it turns out you didn't feed the dog's morning pills, or nighttime pills, so I fed the dog's nighttime pills. My mom was like, that's odd, I remember feeding the dog its morning and nighttime pills. And I was like, yeah, it is really odd, thinking my mom had lost it. I basically had to put the medicine in the bread ball. That's what we do. That's how we feed her medicine. We put it in this ball of bread, and then we feed it to her, and she basically just gulps it down, because dogs aren't just going to take pills, And I remember after I feeding her the bread ball, she kind of looked at me like, doesn't feel right. She kind of looked at me odd. She kind of knew something was up. Anyway, so I literally within 2 minutes, I quickly realized that I fed my dog my mom's pills. And so I literally called my mom, very frantic, oh my gosh, mom, I explained what happened. I fed the dog your pills, and she was like, oh my gosh, and she was freaking out because she's gone, and she doesn't really trust me driving, and it's raining, there's literally a thunderstorm, and it's nighttime out, and it's super crazy and intense, and it's very pitch black out, it's 10, and so I have never been to my dog's vet, I've never been to the animal hospital, I've never been in a situation like this, so I quickly grabbed my dog, and I knew that I literally had no time to lose, so I grabbed her. I called the pet hospital first, and they said, no ma'am, you have to call an animal poison control hotline first before you go to the vet, and I said, no, I'm going to the vet first, and I'm calling the animal poison control in the lobby because I just have a feeling this is really bad, and I don't want to lose her. So I'm literally driving, I pull my dog into the car, and I'm literally driving across highways to get to this very far away animal hospital, and very quickly I bring her in, and they're like, no, we don't have a animal toxologist here, so this is why you have to call the animal poison control hotline so that they can give their opinion on this case, because we don't know what to do, because we don't have a toxologist here, and sometimes it's better for the dog to swallow and digest the medications rather than for it to throw it up. So basically I called this hotline, and I was waiting forever, but actually while I was calling them, one of the nurses came and actually just took away my dog right away, and was able to was like, we're going to just have the dog throw up. And I was like, thank you, because I was freaking out. My parents and a family friend ended up meeting me at the vet hospital I don't know, I want to say 30 minutes later or so, and the animal poison control hotline is like, what medications did you give the dog? And I said, I don't know, and my mom's in traffic and in the airport, so she She doesn't know what her medications are off the top of her head or anything. So it was insane. And I just died. So anyway, she couldn't remember her medications, and the vet had to wait for the toxologist on the animal poison control hotline to get back because they didn't know, like, they had to know what the medications were. So it was super hectic, and somehow my mom figured out the names of the medications. I think she called CVS, but she got one of the names wrong. It was really crazy. But bottom line is, I got the dog to the hospital before the pills had even dissolved in her stomach, to the point that when she threw the pills up, she had thrown up all of them, and all of them had literally, like, the vet could read the milligrams on them so they could figure out what the medications were, and they got back. I don't know how it works, but basically I had to pay the animal hospital, I had to pay the toxologist, poison control people also, but I'm so glad I got there really fast. And I'm so glad that everything's okay now. My dog's completely fine. She threw it up immediately. And the bread ball we give her the medication actually helped her, because the bread ball prevented the medication from dissolving in her stomach. So it was really all good. And it turns out, apparently, those medications are pretty low toxicity to dogs. But anyway, you never know. Always trust your gut. And you should always have the poison control animal hotline on your phone if you have a dog. I think this has been a really good lesson to me, and I really hope people don't get mad at me, because I know they will. But the truth is that stuff like this happens, and I felt awful and so scared. I was in the car thinking, I cannot kill the family dog. I cannot kill the family dog. I cannot kill the family dog. You know? In general, also, dogs, whether you actually feed them medication accidentally or they actually get to medication, this happens to dogs all the time. This happens to animals all the time, and it's just important to be proactive about it, and also, you know, understand when not to get a dog too. And I've understood that after this experience with my dog, I am not getting a dog for a really long time, because it was crazy and terrifying. And yeah, anyway, they are like human children, you know, they really are like human children. So anyway, hope you guys have a great day. This has been a crazy story time for you guys. Bye.